Hey, very good afternoon, everybody. And we are live today on your internet. Liu, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. I have no idea. It just went quiet just now. I'm sorry for that if you said something to me.
Yeah, seems I've got a little bit of a technical issue here. Yeah, just again, everybody, welcome to our stream today, all the way from Killarney. Um, yeah, as we know, last time out we were in the northern side of the country at Tony Rust Raceway, and this time around we were all the way down to the south. Cubus, how is things going on your side?
Yeah, it's awesome. Apart from the crazy heat, I just got out of the car earlier today and it was like 40 degrees outside. So yeah, it's really hot. Thank goodness where I'm sitting right now, I'm behind an aircon, feeling nice and cool, getting ready to see some crazy racing today.
I have to say also on this side of the country as well, nice and hot here in the Ball Triangle where I'm from. And yeah, looking forward to great days of racing. And yeah, as you can see, the pre-start, the practice that just finished, very tight grid. And we're going to start qualifying soon.
Sweet. So excited. This track is always keen and bound for some action, so I'm excited.
Yeah, and as we know, Killarney in the Cape Town vicinity, consisting of 9 corners, to the nice the back straight and the front straight, giving ample opportunity to slipstream and draft and pass the guys. Yeah, looking out for some great action. Gonna go over to qualifying now, as the guys are starting to get out of the pits.
Yep. Johan Niemand is leading the pack right now on their out laps. So he's eager to get his safety lap out of the way right now. Whilst everyone else is waiting, there's some guys who are sitting in the pits just waiting, biding their time, waiting for space on the track before they go out.
And I can see the guys are quite anxious to go out, and they juggling for position to get the best possible qualifying lap in.
Yes, that is so true. Everyone's just biding their time. But there's some, is that Hema Nivot who's still in the pits, just waiting, letting everyone go out and do what they need to do.
Yeah, and as I mentioned in the pre-practice just before qualifying, the top 10 guys were like 0.3 of a second from each other, and yeah, we're going to see a very tight grid relative to the qualifying. It's going to be very interesting, and yeah, good luck to everyone out there on the track today.
Going to be quite interesting to see. Guys are just trying to be nice and clean in the beginning. Just get the car over, get that lap out of the way. See what actually happens.
I think most of the guys are on the second lap, starting to do the quick time, so we haven't had anyone posting a time yet.
I'm already seeing Jandre Dupina in sector 1. He's already posting purple there. Fastest of everyone else.
Just following Kian Goos, because if I recall from practice, he was the quickest in practice. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes.
Yep, Kian Post is P1, Andre Dippenaar is P2 right now. With a 12.987 for Kian and a 13.039. So, wow, that was really close between the two of them. Wow, I just looked at all of the times of everyone coming in because they came in like a queue. If I'm seeing this correctly, there's about a second between P1 and is that P12? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
totally,
1
yes.
second between them.
Yeah, Kiango is going quicker so far with a 112.9. I think Craig Wesley also 113.0.
One of the dark horses that we are waiting to actually see get into the battle is Danny van Rooyen. He did a 119, and we know he's able to squeeze out a lot of time out of this Polo, even though it's not his favorite rear-wheel drive configuration. But let's see what he can actually do.
And Danny following someone very closely down the main straight. But seems like he was a little bit anxious there, but hampering a little bit on that lap, so we will need to regroup and get back up to speed again. Like the liveries.
Yes. But I'm not sure if you noticed, the time he actually posted was a 112.4. He's in P1 right now. Fastest lap. That was amazing.
Yeah, that is quite rapid because I think in practice we were at 12.6.
Yeah,
So yeah,
exactly.
that is very quick.
That is insane. How are these guys doing these times?
Now Andro Stadler now in 112.9 in second place, with Kian 112.917, only 17 thousandths of a second behind, and Craig Wesley 113.0.
Wow. And in the middle of the pack, we have Voro Dippenaar and Journey Lee Moss on P13 and P14 at the moment, with a 113.4 and a 113.6. Everyone is so close to one another. It's amazing.
Up to 15th place is 1.2 seconds. The gap.
Wow. So there's going to be a lot of battles. So for the YouTube viewers, you're in for a crazy, crazy day of racing today with us here with these polos on such a beautiful track. Wow. Some guys are just proving their second sectors, but first sectors, I'm pretty sure it was turn one that ruined them, their first sectors.
I can see the guys are still bunched up a little bit, juggling for a good maybe drafting and see if it can assist down the main straights.
Oh yes, on the main straight as well as that back straight as well. Just catch up, get that extra time. Like I just see someone there following on someone's bumper. That was that was pretty aggressive.
Craig Wesley now jumped into second place with a 112.7.
Wow. Wow.
And Jay de Villiers fifth, 112.942. And James Crook 112.986.
On the back straight, I see Basil, Johan, and I think it's Craig and Peter Krobler all doing a nice long slipstream train into the second last corner. Looking to see who actually will benefit the most from this, as well as doing some slipstream down the start-finish line. seen any improvement on times really. Oh yes, and then also just for the viewers, there's some of the drivers are driving with penalties. So James Crook has a 21 kilogram ballast. Jean-Ray has a 33 ballast. Tommy Leary Moss with a 39. Peter Krobler with a 27. Basil van Rijn with a 66. Johan Niemann with a 9. Volo Dipnau with a 75. Michael Russ with a 48, sorry. And Johnny Leary Moss with a 15. And Herman Nieuwoud with a 57.
And as we know, the penalty system with a weight added to the leading drivers. You mentioned Wilro Dippenaar with a 75. Now Wilro is actually leading the championship with only 1 point from Basil van Rijn in second, and hence why Basil van Rijn's got a 66 kilogram added weight.
Oof. And that must be a lot of pressure between them, because that's P11 and P13. Basil's P11, Voro's P13. So Voro must be a bit livid with that. If only. But then again, this is qualifications, not the race. The race, anything can happen.
Totally agree there with you. You know, well, one never gives up, and even from a mid-pack situation, a few guys make a mistake, and you're up there already quite quickly.
Exactly. You never know what could happen, because again, there's only one driver, Johan Niemann, who's right in between the two. So if they work together, Voro can catch up to Basil and then maybe make a move. That's going to be an interesting battle to watch in the middle of the pack.
I'm just following Joni Lee as well, in 15th place, only about 1.2 seconds a gap between her and Dani van Rooyen, so she's quite quick.
And just like as we were saying earlier on, even at the back of the pack with Rudy and Stan Bezuidenhout, they're not too far off from one another. Okay, right now it's a second, but maybe Stan just needs to get that one crazy lap in, that do or die lap, just to close the gap.
I have to say Stan is also getting nicely up to speed with us, and now Stan, I haven't welcomed you yet to SRAC officially. You're doing a great job out there. Keep it on track, keep consistency going, and you'll see the improvements will come, and you'll be right up there.
True. He's such a good driver, such also a kind-hearted person. He's awesome. Really like Stan. Want to also send a shout out to all the viewers on YouTube. I see Kali, Sean Weber, Caroline Juster, and Alessandro Chrisman. Thanks for joining us. Hope you're gonna enjoy the stream, this race, these awesome polos. Ooh, and Stan just lost a little bit of control there as I was saying those shout outs, but he got it back.
As we know, if you make a mistake, you just get back onto track, your heads down, and just try and improve and not do what you've done just now. Now Don is still in first place with a 112.4, Craig Wesley 112.7, and Onro Stadler in third 112.9. Kian Goos fourth 112.917, and Jay de Villiers 112.942. So that mid bunch is very tight.
They're so close to one another. And one thing that I'm seeing, who's Kian is actually following someone really close, trying to sit in their slipstream. I think he's following Craig. Is that Craig? Oh no, I don't think so. It might be Rudy that he was following.
I think it was Rudy, yes. I think following someone that close through the corners might have probably a downforce issue. Down the straight, I would say it's probably manageable, and you'll get some gain out of it because of the slipstream through the corners. A little bit of a downforce issue, maybe. Top 3 still Dani van Rooyen, Craig Wesley, and Arno Stadler.
So like they were saving that lap for this quality session because wow, it is insanely rapid. If I'm not mistaken, up to P7 we're in the 12s, and then Tommy's just above the 12-second mark, just above the 13-second mark with a 13.081. Oh, and Andre Basson in P9. Yeah, he's really come up to speed with us. He's one of the veterans now, basically. The amount of racing he's doing, I'm really happy to also see that as well in our sim racing community.
Yeah, definitely. If you race regularly with the guys on track, you start to know them, and not only in the racing on track, but also personally, because you had that those live chats all the time. So yeah, the guys are doing good.
It's really good. Such an awesome community to be a part of, and just to see the passion and the hobby, the sport, the careers for some. It's so awesome to see. And I see Monet is busy braaiing and watching the stream. Glad you're doing that. Please save us some braai vlees. I want my lamb chop. I'm gonna come get it, Monet.
Oh, great. That's just a quick rundown from the qualifying. Dani van Rooyen, Craig Wesley, Arno Stadler, Jan Goos all of a sudden popped into third place.
Ooh.
Fifth, Jay de Villiers, James Crook, Jandre Dippenaar, Tommy Leary Moss, Andre Basson, and Basil van Rijn in the top 10. Peter Grobler and Michael Rust has been very quiet through qualifying, but they're always quite strong in the race.
Oh yes, always. Very quiet, uneventful hopefully, but always consistent, those two. So I think it's only Kian who's out there. I think he's trying to just squeeze out just that little bit more. He's not happy with starting P3. Oh, and he throws it into the second last corner.
Yeah, he gained some time on with that. Just lost some time at the exit there.
Oh.
Searching and hunting for that front row.
And he just throws it into the pits after he saw that there's nothing more he could really do.
Awesome. Yeah, this is going to be a cracker of a race.
Oh, any predictions on your side? So that you can curse them with your juju?
Yeah, look, Dani van Rooyen is looking strong this afternoon, but as you said, anything can happen. I know Craig Wesley is a master in the racing, and then yeah, Basil and Wilro also needs to get through the field, the leaders of the championship currently, and I would say look out for James Crook.
Yeah, I feel you with that one. James Crook, dark horse right there. He's in P6 at the moment, but we've seen what he can do. He'll just slowly sneak his way up front and get there and challenge the guys. But I've also just realized Basil's in P10 whilst Wuro's in P14. There's quite a few cars in between them, so I wonder what Wuro's going to do. That's actually going to be very interesting to watch, to see how he wants to run this race.
I have to say turn 1 is going to be quite a busy piece of ground just now.
Yes. Everyone has to buckle up, get ready, get into the zone, and remember their braking points for turn 1. I remember every time we've always raced here, always trying to remember, okay, where do I brake? Where do I brake? Where do I brake? Don't mess up that corner.
Yeah, sometimes I found myself to be so conservative into turn 1. I think I need to be a little bit more aggressive, because sometimes you just lose 4 or 5 places just like that.
I remember the first time I was driving this track, I'll be somewhat overly conservative as well into turn 1, but then turn 2 I'll be too aggressive, and then I'll find myself in the grass all the time. Get one wheel just to touch the grass, and that's my race.
About 40 seconds to go. Yeah, Daniel van Rooyen and Craig Wesley, the front row. Kian Goos and Arno Stadler in 3rd and 4th. Jay de Villiers, James Crook. The 3rd row, Michael Rust, Jean-André Dippenaar, 7 and 8. Tommy Leary Moss and André Besson, 9 and 10. Basil van Rijn, Pieter Grobler, Johanniemand, Wilro Dippenaar, and Rudy van der West Station, Joni Lee, and Herman Nieuwoud and Stan Besaidnout.
Go. Lights on. Go time. Johnny got such a good start there. Keeping in front of Craig. Craig's going into the slipstream. Oh, very nice and clean for the front runners.
Yeah, some
But this
guys
is still
3
early
abreast.
days.
Jan Goos already putting some pressure on Craig.
Just a little rubbing that we see. But up at the front of the pack, Danny's actually opening up a gap between him and Craig.
There's a little bit of a gap between the top 3 and Andrew Stadler. I think it went off a little bit on the grass there, but kept it under control and back on track.
Oh, that's good. Good car control over there.
Kian looking for that inside line through turn 1.
And he just parks it in front of Craig. Kian showing his youth right there, saying, I can take the risk.
Exactly what I mentioned, not to be conservative into turn 1. Great pass.
Oh, and one thing I just noticed is that Basil's actually sitting right at the back of the pack right now. I'm not too sure what exactly happened, but he's in last place. This is the second lap. There's still 17 minutes to go. He has to climb his way back because Wilro's sitting in P11 right now.
I see with Wilro behind Jay de Villiers. If he can get closer to Jay.
So Wilro and Dan side by side. Who's going to break last? Into turn 1.
Oh, Wilro on the outside of Jay. Now he's got the inside for turn 2.
Brilliant moves right there. And Voro makes it stick. It's his, and he's gonna start moving.
Tommy Leary also now Getting very close to Andre Basson. I think that battle for second place between Kian and Craig is going to heat up quite nicely.
Oh, yes. Very much so. Whilst I see Dan and Voro. Oh, Dan. Oh, and Voro touches the second last corner. Looks like. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, Voro and Dan. Oh, it was Andre Basson. Sorry, I saw that wrong. Voro's in P10. Basil's trying to work his way up.
Peter Grobler had a little bit of a problem there in turn 1.
Oh, yes. I saw it on my view and just went straight off. Yeah, all the drivers look like their pings are alright. Being stabilized. Whilst Daniel van Rooyen is just enjoying himself up front. Nice little gaps between him and everyone else behind him.
This little train between is it Johan Niemand, Peter Grobler, Voro and Mike Rust is forming up nicely down the back straight.
This is the type of action we wanted to see.
Johan Niemand went a little bit wide and Peter got that inside line going down the main straight, and he passed him with now Wilro now right behind Johan.
So close to each other to turn 1.
Peter defending that inside line.
Does not want to give it up. But now we're coming to the second corner. Threading needles, these drivers. Look at that skill side by side into these corners at speed, under brakes. It's amazing.
Just a quick look up front. Daniel van Rooyen leading with Kian in second and Craig in third. Andrew in fourth and James in fifth.
And that train with Johan Voro and Peter Grobler, they're coming back into turn 1 again.
Voro is looking for that inside line next to Johan into turn 1. Just running a little bit wide on the exit and Johan cuts back. And Jay de Villiers now also.
Forget that Voro has that weight penalty, so Voro's fighting this polo.
I think especially under braking it's going to be a problem.
Because he can't follow what the other drivers are basically doing. Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, he has one of the highest penalties, weight penalties at the moment. Yeah, 75 kilos. Whilst Johanna only has 9 and Peter has 27.
Yeah, Andre Basson now very close to Tommy Leary as well. Going into the last corner. A little bit of rubbing going through there. Tommy defending that inside line. Going down the main straight. Because Tommy goes defensive early on the inside. This Andre needs to go the long way around if he wants to pass. Tommy also defending for turn 2, keeping that inside line.
Ooh, and I see Basil is still trying to fight his way up. He's really in Rudy van der Westhuizen right now. But again, also with that penalty in his car, he's struggling to really climb up the ladder.
Also, a nice battle forming now is between J. De Villiers and Mike Rust, going down a back straight.
Oh, so much action. It's all over the track.
Andre is still looking for that sixth place from Tommy Leary.
Yes. I was just looking at them coming into turn one. Couldn't close the door there.
Tommy running a little bit wide on the exit of one, but he's still keeping the inside line for two.
Oh, it's a little tap there. Nothing too serious. Just a little. It's a little bumper rubbing.
But that battle now brought Jean-Andre Dippenaar very close now.
Oh, he's
behind it.
hungry. He's just looking for an opportunity, but Andre Basson is pushing that Polo to the limits.
Tommy is defending very well, again on the inside line for the last corner.
Andre's trying to carry that speed though. But Tommy is defending like his life depends on it. He does not want to give up this position or the inside line for any of these corners. Just going to park it on it. And I'm sure this is probably what's also going through Tommy's mind, is as long as he can keep him behind him, Andre behind him, Andre has to then worry about Jean-Andre.
Oh, niemand had a little bit of problem. He was off.
And I see Joni and Voro are fighting it out now. Joni's right behind Voro, and they're coming close to the back straight. Joni just needs to get into that slipstream. Oh, and I think she got a lot of speed out of that corner.
Now very, very close to Voro race, trying to get onto that inside.
Oh, what good braking by her. Wow, what a pass by Joni. But Voro does not want to give up just yet.
Voro looking for that inside line against at turn 2. I think the lighter car of Joni Lee just a little bit faster down the straight.
Yeah, just a little bit. They're both driving with their elbows out, saying that they will not concede the spot.
Voro taking the wider line and sweep in front of Joni through 4.
This is going to be an interesting fight again.
Up front, Dani van Rooyen still leading with about 2.5 seconds from Kian. Craig managing less than a second from Kian in 3rd. Andrew Stadler in 4th and James Crook managing 5th. And then Tommy Leary Moss, Andre Dippenaar, Andre Basson, Peter Grober and Mike Rust bringing up the top 10.
And we can also see that Basil fought around Rudy, and he's now the person who's behind Jody, but he's pretty far back. And Voro looks to have made a little bit of a gap now.
Andre Basson and Peter Grober now battling for 8th place.
Oh. It's like Andre just wanted to be on the stream today. He said, all right, today I'm going to fight everyone. Anyone I see on the track, let's fight. Let's duke it out.
But that's how you get airtime. You need to do something for it, yeah?
Exactly. As long as you're also doing good things. I don't want
Yes.
any of the YouTube viewers to think, oh, okay, first stream I'm on, I'm just not going to break in any corners. I will be on the stream for sure. No, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, it has to be for the good, otherwise we'll jump to another car.
Yes. I'm not too sure what happened to Heron Nieuwoud and Jade Villiers. They are stone lost right now. Pretty far from everyone else.
I think Jane
When we
had
have so much
probably a
action
problem.
on the track, you miss these things.
And Jay de Villiers was quite running up more than the mid-pack. I think he had a problem maybe.
Yeah, most probably. There's just under 6 minutes left to go, and you see, I'm just looking at some of the action that's there. Is that Tommy and Jandre going on the back straight?
That's the closest battle now. Andre trying to get closer to Tommy. Just need that little push to pass button.
That's all they need. just a little, just a little bit of, just a little. That's all they want.
I think
But
about
then again,
5 horsepower will do the trick.
it will do it. It will do it. Absolutely. You can ask Voro and Johnny to prove it when it comes to weight alone.
And the battle that is forming up quite nicely now is for third, Craig Wesley, Andrew Stadler and James Crook now together.
Ooh, yeah, I see that. Yeah, in a little train. That train is looking really, really close. You can just imagine the pressure as they come around here. They see, all right, there's 4 minutes left and a lap. They just have to keep pushing, but they mustn't mess up these crucial corners.
Yeah, especially with 15 minutes gone, the tires is starting to play a role now.
With that James who went just a little bit wide.
Yes.
Andrew's just on Craig's bumper.
It's Stan Besaidnout and Johan Imanel's there. Battle for 14th.
Dan is blocking that inside nicely. But Johan just has superior speed on the outside.
He got a nice drive from the outside. He stands car a little bit of understeer going into that corner there. And as I mentioned, understeer just run off a little bit wide.
Just a little bit. Craig and Unro just going through the motions right now. Follow each other. It really does look like a train on the track. They're following each other's lines, keeping the distance relatively close. It's as if one of them is waiting.
Now that last corner coming up to the back straight is quite crucial because you need a good exit there that you can see if you can get into the slipstream.
And just reel the other driver in, and then into the the corner, get the braking right, get your line right, and then power out. If I'm not mistaken, Jandre and Tommy are starting to do a little bit of action for themselves. And Andre Basson, oh no, they just passed the back marker if I'm not mistaken. I think it was Peter Krobler. No, it's not a back marker. It's Peter Krobler, Jandre, and Tommy all together.
You see John
Jandre
looking
gets
for that
past.
outside line. A little bit of rubbing there going to the corner, but John keep on and makes the pass.
Peter's just waiting to pounce.
And see Tom is looking for that defensive line. He was also now looking at attacking and defending.
That is not the best position to be in. Beautiful line by Jandre there.
Yeah, I'm sure he's gonna go early on the defensive line. Because if he leaves the door open for Tommy, Tommy will take it.
Yes, we know Tommy. And Tommy takes it.
Oh,
Slide Rabbit.
I predicted that one.
He predicted that one so well.
Now Tommy is looking as a defensive for that inside, keeping Genre now behind him. Well done.
Just parking it right there. Oh, you called that one perfectly. Tommy saw the gap, said, okay, you left it open, I'm going to take it. Jandre wants the position back. They just touched each other a little bit. And Tommy went out wide after that little contact. But now Peter wants to also do something about this. There's still 2 laps left to go.
Now Don is starting his last lap now.
So it's now or never. If Peter wants to take Jandre out, he has to do it on these corners. He's going on the inside. Peter's going to brake late. Oh, he couldn't. He couldn't. But there's still more corners to do something.
Yeah, a pass that we missed is actually Craig Wesley that went past Ian Goos.
Whoa.
And Andrew also passed, yeah. I think Kian probably had a little bit of a problem.
That is actually surprising right at the end.
Probably went off track for a while. Still a solid performance. Now Dani van Rooyen leading from the starting lights, coming down the main straight.
Ooh, really looks like Kian's not having the best last few laps, because even James Crook also salvaging something out of that as well. Kian is just slowly falling back. It's as if Kian's car ran out of fuel.
Now Dani van Rooyen, Craig Wesley and Andrew Stadler, the top 3. And then James Crook, Kian Goos, Jandre Dippenaar, Ito Glover, Tommy Leary Moss and Andre Besson, Michael Rust, top 10. Wilro Dippenaar 11, Johnny Lee 12, Basil, Rudy van der Westhuizen, Johan Niemann, Jay de Villiers, Herman Nieuwoud and Stan Besaidnout.
What awesome race. So much action all over the place. Brilliant recovery drive by Basil. Get all the way back up close to Voro. But now we're on to the next race. Gonna see more action there. No commentators curse this time around. Only perfect prediction by you for Tommy's move. That was amazing.
I have to say, fortunately, it worked. Now, just a little bit of a step that sent Tommy off, but yeah, the guys drove well today.
Very much so. I'm sure they're all getting ready, psyching themselves up for the big one now. They now know the track. They know how everyone is on the track. They know what they need to do. Now they have to push it. And I'm pretty sure Basil is timing Volro right now, saying, I'm going to take you this time.
I think a great summary for the first race is Dani van Rooyen leading from the get-go. Great battle for second and third was during the race. Jan Goos had a little bit of a problem at the end. Great battles between Tommy, Jandre Dippenaar, Pieter Grobler at the end as well. And like you say, yeah, the guys using the opportunities to get good points, and Stan Besaidnout also was quite doing some good laps. Consistency I see is coming through. Oh, great race. Looking out and forward for the second race.
Oh, yes. I want to keep my eye on Joni, how she was following Voro in this race as well. Yo, she was just on him like a bad rash. It was amazing how she was just following him.
Now, some great passes there coming down from the back straight.
Yes, very much so.
Oh, what
I also just noticing now, James Crook, who had a 21 kilogram ballast, he's in P4, so he's leading the ballast boys and girls. I think Joni also has she has 14, no, not 14, 15 kilograms added. So James is leading the ballast crew. Let's see if he can continue to do that in the next race.
Yeah, while we're just waiting for the second race to start, just a quick update on the championship. Yeah, coming into this race, Volro Dippenaar, Basil van Rooyen, Volro just leading by 1 point. Yeah, quite everything to gain for especially this race.
This race is going to be intense because they know what's on the line. They know what they need to do in order to win the championship.
With about 30 seconds to go, the guys are on the grid, starting to see what and breaking marks, thinking about what's going to happen in the next 20 minutes. And yeah, again, good luck to everyone. Have a good one.
Yes. Pretty sure someone also probably put like 2 less liters of fuel just to push it just to that limit. Lights are on. And we are off. Oh, Danny didn't have a good start this time.
I went actually defensive quite early.
Yes.
And again, everyone safely through turn 1.
And turn 2. Turn 2 also looks pretty good. Little rubbing here and there, but everyone is on each other. That helicourse is being used fully right now. Ooh, and Tommy, not sure who that was who went off quite dramatically. I think that was Tommy. Yeah, Tommy's in dead last on the back straight, but there's still a lot of race to be had.
After the first lap, Donny leading the race, Craig Wesley and Andrew Stadler and Kian in fourth. Andrew looking for that inside line and go past Craig. Defending nicely for the second corner. Craig just opens the door a little bit there for Kian. Gonna have the inside. He's now let me rather go behind and look for the back straight.
This is going to be really tough for these drivers. Kian is on Craig's bumper right now, but James is on Kian's bumper. The crazy slipstream train takes on the inside. Oh, I think Kian just outbraked himself there and unfortunately took out Andrew. I'm pretty sure that was just a lockup as he was going into the braking zone.
I think exactly that. Yeah, it was on the inside line. Yeah, as you say, as soon as you get a lockup, everything goes. That car just goes straight on. But I'm sure he will be up to speed quickly again.
I'm just looking at Basil and Johan Niemand, because Vurul has a nice little gap in front of Basil, but they're driving really close to one another. Anything can happen there. It's all about just being consistent, taking your lines, and keep climbing.
Now Donny leading with James Cook and Craig Wesley now battling for second place.
Ooh. Craig is just trying to take him on the outside, carrying that speed.
And James defending that inside line.
Beautiful defensive move there by James there. That was really good. Ooh, and Craig goes wide.
And that left the door open almost for Peter Grobler there.
Craig was probably sweating there when he saw Peter coming on the inside. Oh, and Peter gets a good run out onto this back straight, just following in the slipstream. Going on the inside. Ooh. Oh, and he gets it under control, gets the pass done. What a pass for Peter Grobler. Your namesake.
Totally good one there. Used everything he has been taught.
It's in the blood, it's in the name. But Craig wants to do a move on the outside. Going around the world.
Oh my word, yeah, on the outside. But yeah, Peter
Wow,
left him
how
a
did
lot of room
Craig
there.
do that? Craig carried all that speed, went around the world, came back, got his spot back. But then again, Peter Grobler might just do what he did last lap.
Yeah, down that back straight. I see Basil and Voro also very close together.
Oh, yes, so close.
And just behind
Andre's
them,
trying to
Johan
run
Niemand
away.
and Andre Basson as well.
So many battles all over the track right now. I think Basil and Voro are pushing themselves to the limit right now. Oh, and not sure where Andro went. Andro just started falling down the pecking order. I think he maybe fell into the pits.
Yes, it looked like
Not too sure what happened to Andro. I think he was trying to get past Daniel van Rooyen, and I think he might have taken the corner a bit off and ended up in the pits.
I wonder if it wasn't that escape button again.
Oh no. That is the worst. That's why we don't keep that button on the steering wheel.
Yeah, just keep it right on the keyboard.
Or in the other room.
Did Tommy Lee Moss now getting back up to speed again? I think he had a little bit of an issue at the start of the race, going past Jay de Villiers.
Oh, Peter and Craig are fighting for days. Tom is just trying to find his way around Jay. Someone who's running their own race, not under any pressure. Michael Rust in P15, if I'm not mistaken. There's no one around him. He's just doing his race. It's like a Sunday drive for him, but at speed.
Yeah, Michael's having a quiet race today. Jay de Villiers is now close behind Herman Nieuwoud, but as I said that he got onto the curb a little bit and the car unsettled a little bit, and that would hamper his exit speed down the back straight.
Oh, I'm just looking at this fight between Voro, Basil, Johan, and Andre Basson. These guys are just all on each other. Johan is trying to make a move on Basil, trying to go on the outside. Can he go around the world like Craig did? No. Basil had more speed on the inside.
Johan almost left the door open there for Andre Basson.
So the two championship contenders sitting behind each other, all trying to put some pressure on one another. Johan went just a little bit wide.
Yeah, I see Johan looking, see if he can get better drive, going a little bit wider to the corners. But he must be careful because I think Andre Basson now almost looking for that inside line going into the last corner. Johan just managed to stay ahead.
Oof. That was close. Andre probably was sweating under the brakes there as he was forcing it down, trying to stop. Stop.
Just on board with Basil van Rijn following Voro very, very closely. Almost like they are hooked together.
They're connected. Telepathically, they're connected to one another. PZN crew, I suppose. Because in front of them is Jandre, but Jandre has a nice healthy gap in front of Voro right now.
I think Basil and Wilro just want to get into the slipstream of Genre down the back straight, because that weight they are carrying is probably having an impact on their speed down there.
Most certainly, because they're riding the heaviest loads.
And up the road ahead, Peter Gorber and Craig West is still battling for that third place.
Yeah, that's so much stress. I can only imagine.
Craig having that inside line. Made the pass. Jay de Villiers and Herman Nieuwert also having a ding-dong battle for that 10th place. A little bit of contact there, but all good and well, and they're getting back up to speed again.
That's good to see.
So much action happening up front. Let me just quickly see what's happening with Donny van Rooyen. Yeah, having a lead about for 5 seconds with James Crook in second.
Wow. He's just running away with it. It's as if he just thought, okay, this Polo is a Mustang now, and he's just running. Oof. Guys are they're still somewhat close to each other, but they're not bumper to bumper. They're just waiting for someone to make a mistake between Jandre, Volro, Basil, Johan, and Andre Basson. They're all just waiting for something to happen.
Now, if you're following that close, one needs to be so careful about braking and following through the corners, but they're doing very well. And Andre Basson just went off a little bit off track there.
These Polos are being pushed to the limits and beyond.
He's 10 beside it now in 15th place, doing some good laps.
Really pushing his car. I just see Peter and Craig again. That fight just never ending. They're keeping each other honest, keeping the pressure on one another. 6 minutes left and a lap. What I see, it looks like Peter slowed down just a little bit, just giving Craig some room to breathe. The same can't really be said for Jandre, well, not Jandre, Volro and Basil. Those two are not letting each other breathe at all.
Sometimes if you have a battle like Peter and Craig had, you know, they battling so hard for that third place, it just gave James Cook a little bit of a gap up front of him. And I thought maybe they should just work together, catch James, and then battle it out for second place.
Exactly, yes. There's still a lot of race left. No need to fight each other just yet.
I'll let the tactics work so for you. Sometimes you battle with someone and it actually slows you down. Yeah, and just let him go and caught up to another battle and wait for opportunities.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah, with 4 minutes, just a little bit more than 4 minutes to go. Dani van Rooyen, James Crook and Craig Wesley. Pieter Grobber, Andre Dippenaar, Wilro Dippenaar, Basil van Rijn, Johan Niemand. And then Andre Basson and Jay de Villiers bringing up the top 10.
Just curious to see the weight difference between Voro and Basil is just 9 kilograms between the two of them. And Basil's just on Voro's rear bumper.
Yeah, it seems like that little bit of a weight. You can't get through. They're so, like I say, so equally almost like as you mentioned, the 9 kilograms. It must have an impact more or less the same on both of them.
This is just amazing racing.
Andre Basson now very close to Johan Niemand.
He just wants to make a move on him.
Right next to him, going through the last corner into the braking zone.
Oof. What a move. What a pass by Andre Basson. But it's not over yet.
Johan Niemand got that wider line through the last corner and see if he's gonna get to the inside. He dives to the inside.
Going to return the favor.
Just stay on line, not... if he drifts out wide, he will have the inside line for the next corner. Oh, well done.
Wow. It's awesome racing here. Oh, Andre just tapped him just a little bit. But that was some close racing right there.
Yeah, Andrew Stantler back up to speed again after the unfortunate incident. Yeah, it's always things do happen, but we learn from them and then we move on and that's how we grow and learn.
1.5 minutes left and a lap where the setups have to begin so that a move can be made, if a move can be made.
Rudy van der Westhuizen also having a quiet race, but keeping it on track and doing consistent laps.
Not stressing too much.
And as we know, the Killarney racetrack is always quite a tricky one. Definitely not one of my favorite tracks.
I just love the speed in some of these corners where it really feels like no guts, no glory. You just don't brake. You just have to hope and hold on. Andre Basson is trying to make the move on Johan Niemand, but he just can't get it. But this is also a scary time in the race for Johan and Andre because Andre can smell it. Andre can feel the position. He can taste P8, but he also knows that he can't overdrive the car. He can't risk it.
The Grobber had a good opportunity there and took third place from Craig. Craig went a little bit wide into the one corner and Peter said, "That's my gap." But we know Craig's not gonna let Peter get off that easily. He has some good
There's
speed.
so many little battles all over the place. There's Peter and Craig, There's Basil and Vulro, who are like nose to nose. And then there's Andre Basson and Johan. Like, there's so many little battles. Andre's going on the inside. Outbreaks him. Oh, and he gets Johan to go a little wide. And he closes the door. There's a little contact, but Johan's going side by side.
And now Andre's got that inside line.
Still touch there. Now they're on the final lap. Johan was passed. Andre Basson got the position. Little messy going through, but Johan now goes a little wide and he's going to try push this car.
And just a mention of Daniel van Rooyen, about a 6-second lead over James Crook, doing a good job up in front, going down the back straight for the last time. James Crook into second place. De Grobber and Craig Wesley had a good battle for that third place. And Jandre Dippenaar did well to keep in front of Wilro and Basil. Then Johan, Iemand and Andre Basson still at it for that 8th place.
Those two.
Andre got the inside line.
But Johan's going on the outside. Oh, he just goes a little too wide. Just a little too wide.
Yes. Yeah, great race. Daniel van Rooyen, our winner. James Crook, second place. Peter Grobler, Craig Wesley, Jandre Dippenaar, Wilro Dippenaar, Basil van Rooyen.
That was amazing. Wow. Wow. I'm so sorry for the YouTube viewers. We neglected you a little bit there. Sorry, Dennis. It was unfortunate for Andrew. But that was an awesome race nonetheless, though.
See if I can get someone to come and talk to us in the commentary booth.
That was insane. I hope the YouTube viewers all enjoyed that race. Mornay, I hope you're still enjoying that bright race as well as the race as well. Drivers are just bringing their cars all back in after all that action of the day.
Daniel van Rooyen, welcome into the commentary booth. How did that race go for you?
A bit boring. No, it was very nice. I put in quite a few laps this week because, like you know, Peter, I'm not quite keen on these front-wheel drives, but I'm starting to like them. And I had to change my driving style in the week because I popped 2 or 3 engines because I'm quite aggressive on the gears into the corners to get this thing stopped. So I had to adjust a bit on my driving style and it worked.
Sweet. So you didn't do a drivetrain swap and make this car a rear-wheel drive car because the consistency and the speed that you were going with. Like, I think there was a 6-second gap between you and James at the end. Like, you were flying.
What I did this week was I was just pushing for fast laps, and I went down to a 12.4, and I just thought, okay, if I can get to a 12.6 in a race, I think that will be a consistent lap, and I think I did 12.6s and 12.7s quite consistently.
That is 100% correct. We saw that you're just running away with it. You're saying a 12.6 as if it's nothing. For the viewers on YouTube, 12.6 is stupid fast. Like, wow.
The thing is, Cleopas, if you do a 12.6 on your fastest lap, you're going to lose about 0.2 to 0.3 seconds in a race. So I had to push to get down to that 12.4 to be faster than the rest of the guys.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow. That is amazing. You, sir, are
Thanks a lot, Cleopas.
Is Peter still here? Or is he getting the other drivers as well to join us?
I don't know. Yeah.
No, I'm still here.
Yeah. That was an awesome, awesome race. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Those battles everywhere. For Mdani, you are lucky you weren't in a lot of battles. In the second race, though, we saw your start. At first, I thought, did you actually get somewhat of a poor start because Craig was reeling you in into turn one, and then?
No, what I did was I was just waiting for the light because you remember last week I didn't jump the light in the V8 Masters,
yes.
but it showed us me jumping the light and I didn't, so I just waited.
Yes. True. So true. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, that was a bad one. It wasn't my fault.
Yes, it wasn't. It wasn't at all. But that was awesome. I love this track. You guys put in an awesome show for us. I thoroughly enjoyed watching it. And I hope you get to watch the stream afterwards to see the other battles, because for you felt it was a bit boring because you were just running through your paces, doing what you're doing, but those battles everywhere.
I'm going to watch the stream now.
So many things are happening.
Okay, I'm going to enjoy it.
Great, thank you talking to us, Donnie, and well
Thanks,
done on that
Peter.
win.
Thank you, guys.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Let's see if I can get some more guys for us to talk to. Maybe Basil and Vora, if they are there. I will be right back with that.
Yeah, the championship contenders. Just pushing it, being consistent as usual. How'd you find it?
Well, actually, we did like high 12s in the race, so yeah, fuel is not bad at all. The first race was chaos, but yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Good.
What actually happened in the first race to you? Because we didn't actually get to see it. We just saw you at the back and we were wondering, oh, what happened? And then you started climbing your way back up slowly.
The second corner I got taken out, and also the last turn again. Oh, but it's fine, man. It was very close, so yeah, things like this will happen. So
that's true. That is so true.
But all in all, it was very lucky.
Yeah, Basil, great. Yeah, we followed you and Voro around the track a few times. Yeah, I've put Voro in as well. Yeah, Voro, some thoughts of your race? How did it go?
I know it was nice. I enjoyed it. It's just bad with all the weight, struggling with the weight on this track especially. But yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, that's actually quite funny that you brought that up because there were moments when Peter and I were saying that we were like, you can see there's something up with the weight, like the cars are a little fat.
Yeah, no, it's very difficult riding with the weight.
But the second race was, yeah, for me in Worlds, yeah, it was really nice. We did like, I think 12.9 on some stage. And we had a lot of fuel also on that stage of that time in the race. So yeah, it's not bad.
I have to say, you guys were following each other like you were hooked onto a hook there. But yeah, well done and well driven.
Thank you
very
guys.
much.
Appreciate.
Yes, that was good. That's how
Also,
you-
and from our side, awesome job of the stream.
Oh, thank
Yeah,
you, thank
thanks,
you.
guys. Yeah, it's always nice. Thanks, guys.
Oh, thank you, guys.
As julle, bye bye.
Cheers.
Great. I think, yeah, Cleopas, any thoughts from your side? How did the race go? Any last thoughts?
Oh, that was so much fun to watch and commentate on because there was action everywhere. Actually, I'm looking forward to rewatching the stream again. So that was really fun.
I have to say, it was quite a nice race to see today. Lots of action all over. And yeah, the championship heating up quite nicely. Yeah, as you mentioned, last time out was Tony Russ, this time out Killarney. I think this was the second last race. So next time up is Kyalami in 2 weeks.
Oof, that's going to be hectic and a lot's on the line there. So Voro and Basil, they will civil now. We'll see how civil they will be in that last race.
Especially if there's only one or two of a few points between them. Heating up quite nicely and great battle to see.
Very much so. Very much so.
And thank you for everyone watching on the YouTube chat. And yeah, if you want to start racing with us, and we're always open to assist and help you guys get up to speed. Yeah, from my side, Peter Gelnys, I hope everyone stays healthy and well, and keep on racing and keep it on track.
That is true. Keep it on track. I have a special message for Monet. I want my Bryflace. I need my Bryflace. I'm coming to get my Bryflace. There we go. I'm good for the rest of the evening. Thanks for everyone for joining.
Thank you, Cleopas, for joining me in the commentary booth. Until next time, everyone out there, good evening and cheers.
Cheers.